Yeah, very pleasant words. I almost cried, so very pleasant. So you know what is my name, and if you want to contact me later, Denisco is my nickname is on GitHub, Facebook, and Telegram. I sorry. Yeah, that's true. And as Anna said, also I work at TopTal. We have our sponsors here, and we have table there, and we have a lot of stickers, bags, and T-shirts. Come there and talk. We don't have like recruiters. We have just regular developers talking with you, so you can ask anything you want. And I will talk about reliability. My talk will be called Reliable Engineer from Production Breaker to Enterprise Maker. This is my story. I started working at TopTal 3 years ago, and I thought I am a cool guy. I know everything. I am very fast and productive, and working very fast, pushing like a beast. When I make 3 PRs, others make 1, and I think they are stupid and slow. But apparently, I was wrong, and I broke productions many times. I can share you many fail stories, and usually it's based like this. I deploy something, and on production, it appears page is broken or something I missed. And I was very sad. I thought have enough experience. I thought I shouldn't do mistakes, you know. And I was thinking, what is reliable engineer at all, and how I can become more reliable and better at this stuff. So I asked people. I have a forum survey, and this is like a cloud of thoughts they put in my head too. What is reliability about? What's their association? And then I made up my own definition of reliable engineer. And my definition is reliable engineer is the guy who makes good quality without errors in time. So this is my agenda. First, quality. Let's talk about quality. As you know from my title, I like very funny titles. Don't ship shit. Uncle Bob Martin said this in his talk on demanding professionalism. Very sharp and nice words. It's like a motivational speech, but I will talk about metrics now. So what you can do, how you can know that your project going down. For example, team velocity. If you measured your development work in story points, and you see that, okay, months ago, 3 months ago, we were moving faster. What went wrong? Maybe you done wrong decision, and now you should reconsider your architecture and change something. And can be also a suggestion, and you can convince client, see, this is how we can go back in time and be better and move faster. Another thing that I wanted to say, just count bugs that you deploy to production after each release. And if it's go up, you making bad quality. That's simple as that. And if you have these statistics, you can improve it and later. And one very non-measurable stuff is that you can recommend your project to your friend. I will not recommend bad project to my friend. I like him. I want him to be happy. And I will not recommend bad project to him. Very strange, non-measurable, but still a metric. And if you want to deliver shit, there is a website, Shit Express, where you can send piece of shit to any address that you want. You can choose elephant shit or horse shit. This is your decision. So ship shit only using this website, not with your code. Second, about errors. I did a lot of errors. I can talk a lot about this, but I don't have enough time to this. I like this also make up words. Errorless. We have fancy names like serverless, backendless. This will be the next name, errorless. New fancy word in programming. It's about making less errors or close to 0. In my survey, people usually mentioned that they made mistakes with data. So they either did some data migration or like deleted some records, as I did from production a few times, many times. So, what I suggest, very simple, just don't destroy records. Just update them with some status like removed or add some date stamp that were marked record as deleted. A few times I destroyed records, and on the next day after errors appeared, guys said, oh, you did something wrong, you know? Like there are some errors there. And I'm like, oh, shit, I have some work to do now. I need to revert it. Another thing is about that staging environment should be equal to production in all senses, in production too, in data too, especially. So sometimes I had problems when I tested with outdated data, and when I deployed it to production, it broke because data is not the same as on production. So now we have regular database dumps from production to staging, and we always are up to date and test on latest data. Another thing that I wanted to mention is about zero downtime data migrations. So this gem helps you to prevent your unsafe migration. Did you know that when you when you remove a column, Active Record still caches this column, and it will try to insert this column to the database, and you will see errors. And this gem will prevent you from this, and many other cases that you not need to think about. It covers your ass. So, very cool article, Rollbar made. It's like an exception service. You push your exceptions there, and it aggregated data from many, many projects, thousands. And then they made like an article, what are the top Rails errors in Rails projects? And what do you think? Which one is the exception? Okay, ask me later. I will make a photo with you. Okay, let's go further. Actually, it's A. Okay, errorless. But who doesn't make mistakes? It's impossible not to make mistake. For example, GitLab. 2 years ago, some engineer, by mistake, destroyed 6 hours of data on production because he thought he is destroying on backup server. So you should accept your errors. That's simple as that. But after you did some mistake, do post-mortem. Find a root cause for the issue that have arisen, and by Toyota method, you can just ask 5 whys or whatever method you use, find the root cause, and do some prevention. So for example, after we had a lot of errors, we did the following. We have a lot of public pages that were connected in strange way, and we did a check. Every time we deploy something to staging and want to make a release, we feed sitemap all URLs in our public website and check each URL that everything is working, everything is 200. And if no, it posts a message into our Slack that, no, something is wrong, don't release to production. And we fix that, and it helps us a lot. This is a tool that our teammate wrote. You can use it too to prevent some errors. You can release under feature flag that will be even more safer. If you will face any issues, you just turn down the feature and everything is working. What we do now is we do releases under A/B experiment. So for example, we updated our design on our toptal.com website, and we saw that new design shows degrading performance. So we just turned down the experiment, and no one faced the issues. After we fixed the issue, we turn on the experiment again. Simple as that. And developers are famous for being late, for missing deadlines, and it's not a very good fame. It's about our optimism. Optimism is bad for us because we are overestimating us. We think if that our marriage will not never break, and we are the best people in the world. So how we can face that? How we can avoid that? We can do estimation with planning poker. It's estimation technique where a group of people defines one story point that it's equal to this feature. And then we together estimate anonymously, and we together discuss how big this feature will be. And in the end, using kind of wisdom of a crowd. Crowd is always more wise than one person. And one thing more that I wanted to share is that we should base our estimation on a history. We should have some track of records, some track of estimations. So for example, if we have a few sprints that we are estimating our tasks with story points, and we have some estimated and completed points that we done, we can have estimated points in the next sprints, some average point, and it will be much more precise than before. And on the day-to-day basis, I also use a Pomodoro technique to estimate how much my task will take. And I train in this way, I train my estimation muscle, and I can execute more focusedly. Pomodoro technique, for those who doesn't know, is just interval working. So for example, you work for 20 minutes and then rest for 5. And in the end, if you will work with this for a long time, you can define your own statistics, some exchange rate, I will call that. And you will know that, for example, one story point is some amount of Pomodoros. And you can use it like that. So as a summary, I wanted to tell you about Chaos Monkey technique. This is a thing that was created by Netflix. They started, after some issues, they started terminating servers randomly. And in this way, they found a lot of issues and fixed them. We as engineers should find issues in our workflow, in our work. And in this way, we can become better engineers and better people. Thank you.
While you're clapping, we will hug Denys and make him present. Woohoo! Clapping!